Hi, my name is Floria, founder of Recognize Your Potential and hosting this weekly video series on attitude of leadership, effective communication, building trust, positive leadership, all things with a lens of mindfulness and positivity. It's all about the mindset. Thank you so much for joining me here today and taking time from your busy schedule to spend some time together. I always look so forward to being with you, to enjoying time together. You may have already seen from my social media posts today that we're going to discuss help for anxiety. And this came as a result of number of questions and requests from various individuals, different walks of life, because anxiety does not discriminate age, gender, social status, education, or anything else. So I know that this is very real for many people and on a spectrum, that there are different levels of anxiety that people experience every day, some more severe than others. And nevertheless, the tips and help is very vital. And the same, you may practice it more if you need more. And practice is the only way to improve and bring in new habits that will help you achieve the goals you have set out. The questions were, can you give some tips on anxiety? Pushing through anxiety, getting comfortable making mistakes, giving myself a break, and how do I deal with anxiety that happens on a regular basis? And they gave examples both in the workplace, in business, or in life. They have requested to stay anonymous, which is fantastic, and you know that you too can send your questions, your ideas, areas that you would like some tips, and remain anonymous. One of the things about anxiety is that I say, don't run away. The more you run away, the more you push against something. The law of physics says that the harder I push against something, then I'm creating greater attention to it. But by not running away, then it takes away some of the anxiety about anxiety, or anxiety about the fear, worry, guilt, whatever you might be experiencing. Being anxious is also an emotion. Now, next thing I say is get comfortable making mistakes. Now, you may remember that we've had podcasts and other videos specifically on that topic, but today we're going to focus more on the anxiety side. So, do I make mistakes? Absolutely. But the more comfortable I get making mistakes, whether I record a half-hour podcast and then realize, whoops, I did not press record, or I record it and when I go to edit a portion of it at the beginning or the end and I hit enter and the whole podcast is gone. And I'm thinking, oh, and my heart nearly wants to stop. And then I say, it's okay. Deep breath. Take a deep breath. See if someone can help you. And sometimes there are individuals who can. And fortunately, I hadn't panicked enough to start hitting different keys. And we were able to retrieve. There are mistakes that every one of us makes in every aspect of our lives. If we didn't make mistakes, how would we learn? So get comfortable making mistakes. The next thing is practice self-soothing talk. Practice self-soothing talk. Talk yourself out of it. And when you realize, so first of all, you need to recognize the emotion. Oh, I'm getting anxious. And the sooner you become aware, the sooner you can catch it. The sooner you catch it, the easier it is to turn things around, to relax yourself, to self-soothe, so that you can actually go on a different path. And I call it a path of anxiety, or path of negative self-talk, and a path of feeling comfortable or positive self-talk. You can choose which highway you want to go. Now, I totally understand and appreciate that with anxiety, the longer it goes, the more difficult it becomes for you to stop it or to change course. You can't just go from one highway to another. It just can't work like that. We don't do that in real life driving, and physics can't allow us to go from here, jump and get back here. So we need to be aware that, hey, I'm getting anxious about this topic. On last week, I was at an event, and someone that I was speaking with mentioned that they saw someone that a few years ago there had been some experiences, and they mentioned they trusted me enough to share that, to say, hey, Floria, if you are realizing that my energy just changed and they were distracted, this is why. And then they said they practiced soothing themselves, that this no longer is their story. This no longer is effective, going to impact them. And then the person also, as through talking, we said, yes, I'm getting over this. So you can actually, first of all, get comfortable. Remind yourself that, hey, it's only anxiety, it's an emotion, it's okay. Second, be kind and gentle with yourself, because then you can actually slow down the anxiety more. By you getting mad at yourself that, hey, I can't believe you just got anxious again. I can't believe after all these years you're getting anxious, or after all this work you're continuously getting anxious. None of that work or effective. But when you get accepting where you are, it's okay. Things will work out. I am on my way. I've got a lot better. I've been practicing self-soothing talk. I've been practicing affirming who I am, and talking yourself out of it. I look forward to your comments, gifts of feedback. Please visit me at recognizeyourpotential.com. Subscribe to my website, watch my videos, YouTubes, and look forward to hearing from you with your gifts of feedback. Make it a marvelous Monday.